Hi everybody, Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd here. Let's talk tools. There are really only 4 tools that you need in order to start gardening. And so I'm going to review those with you today. There are others, and I'll get to some of those, but there are really 4 that you just need to have. The first is a hand trowel. Some people call it a spade or a hand spade or a hand something, but it depends on what country you're in. So here in the US, we call this a hand trowel. And the important thing about choosing your hand trowel is to pick something that is as close to one-piece construction as possible. That way it won't bend or snap, and it'll last you a really long time. Use this for digging holes or loosening soil, pretty much straightforward. The next tool you're going to need is a good pair of pruning shears. These are called bypass pruners because the blades bypass one another like a pair of scissors. And there are other pruners called anvil pruners that basically the blades hit up against one another. So you can choose which kind you like. If you were in England, these would be called secateurs. I don't know why. But the importance is that you could buy a cheap pair of shears every year, because you'll have to, from the hardware store, or you can invest in a really good pair for, $30, $40, $50, and they will last you a lifetime. I have had my pair of shears for 30 years and I've never had to replace any parts, but if I needed to, they come with replacement parts, and once you learn how to take care of them and clean them, which I have another video about that, you can do that. So a good pair of pruning shears. By the way, they do make pruning shears for small hands like mine, where you can reach the handles a little bit easier. You can see the difference here. These open a lot less. So the third thing that you need to have is a good pair of garden gloves. Now, I am being attacked by a giant green beetle right now. It's fig beetle season, folks. As I was saying, the next thing you need to have is a good pair of gloves. I prefer these nitrile gloves that are coated with nitrile on the front, and they're very porous and breathable on the back. And the reason why I like them the most is because they fit with a tight elastic around the wrist, which means you're not going to be funneling soil into your gloves, which happens with a lot of gloves. So these are also machine washable, and I really like them. And they also fit tight enough that you can pick up seeds with them. So do your research, find the right pair of gloves for you, and have them on hand so you don't get splinters, and it prolongs your life and your hands. And the fourth thing that you need is some kind of watering device. So that could be either a hose nozzle like this, which these are my favorite. They're from Dram, D-R-A-M-M, and no, they're not paying me to say this, because they're metal and they have a bunch of settings. So you can set it on mist for watering brand new seeds or seedlings, and you can set it on stream, or what I call kill, so you can basically dispose of grasshoppers by jet blasting them into the ground. I'm just saying, it's an option. So these have an ergonomic volume control. It's a very cool thing. Or you can have a watering can. Now, I use a watering can like this. Is kind of a seasonal, inexpensive watering can that you can use to water things. Now, it has a rose on the front, and this rose has bigger holes than, say, this watering can. And the difference is that this watering can will not clog up if I want to put something in here, say kelp emulsion or a liquid fertilizer that may have a sediment or a granular nature to it. I'm going to put that in there and water my plants, and it's not going to clog things up. Whereas this watering can, which I adore, it's from Hawes, it's a British company, has a rose, a brass rose that is very fine, and so it will not deliver too much water to your gentle baby seedlings, and so it's great for brand new plants and seeds without washing the soil away. So those are the 4 major things that you need as a gardener. There are other things. There is one larger tool that I'm going to recommend, and that is this digging fork here. So a digging fork is a tool that is used mainly to loosen soil. You can double dig with it, but I use it to turn my compost pile. And yes, a digging fork over a shovel any day of the week. The tines will penetrate the material and turn it rather easily. A shovel will not be as easy. The thing you need to know about digging forks is that when you buy, again, like the hand trowel, as close to one-piece construction as you can get with this will be the best. The business end of this, the pressure point on the digging fork, is right around here. So you need to make sure that this shank goes up and around the handle as high as possible to keep that from breaking. I have broken so many digging forks, plastic, cheap digging forks, trying to dig out really thick roots. Don't waste your money, get the nice ones. This is from a company called Clarington Forge. They're a British-made company and they make really high-quality tools. And they did send this to me to promote, which I love it regardless of whether or not they sent it to me for free. I would have paid for it. Another tool that is an option is something like this. And I have a lot of friends who use these. This is a Japanese hori, and it is a combination scoop, knife, and shovel all in one. So it's got the markings on the back for measurements, and it's got blades on either side. This one was sent to me by a company called Sensei Tools, and you can check them out online. Comes with a cover. And I know a lot of people who prefer to use the hori over having a hand trowel and a pair of shears. So that's entirely up to you. You can decide for yourself. So those are the important tools for you to have on hand. If you like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can find out when our next video comes online. And while you're at it, consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all the free stuff, podcasts, videos like this, content on gardenerd.com that we do. And of course, pick up your copy of Gardening for Geeks because it'll help you become a better gardener. Happy gardening!